Right there, look. Who's that?
Penny.
Yeah, it is. It's Penny.
And some lipstick.
And some lipstick. Hey guys, this is Brittany from Florida Lippies. I have just finished filming this date night look for you guys as per request of my best friend Chrissy. So I hope that you guys enjoy it. I went with a pretty bold lip. This is Fly Girl. I do believe that date night demands a red lip, and especially when you can kiss all night and it doesn't come off. It's the best. Okay, so yeah, so what I did was I did a pretty smoky eye. You'll notice in the video I do my eye first, and then I go on to my base, my foundation, all that good stuff, and then I end, of course, with the lips. If you want to see a more detailed application video, you can go and look on my channel. I have one that was posted earlier, and it goes through all the steps that I show quickly and kind of mention as the video goes on. If you enjoy this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up for me, and if you have any requests of specific makeup looks or other tutorials you would like to see, specific products you'd like to see featured or explained, then just let me know in the comments down below. If you haven't already, make sure you click the subscribe button for me. You can join my Florida Lippies family and you will get notifications when new videos come up. I think that's everything, so thanks for being here with me. If you want to see how I got this look, then just keep watching. Cue the barefaced Brittany. Alright guys, we are going to be using 5 shadows to make our eye look today, starting with Candlelight. Candlelight is my go-to to prime my eyelid for anything cream or powder shadow. And what I'm going to do is just put this on the lid and then blend it all over with my Wet n Wild crease brush just like I always do. Now I'm not doing my eyes first to prevent fallout because they're cream shadows. There isn't any fallout. But what I am going to be able to do is if I need to go back at any point and clean up any lines, I can use makeup remover to quickly do that without having to worry about messing up my base. Now you'll notice I'm taking the Candlelight under my eye as well. That serves 2 purposes. 1, it starts to color correct the dark circles under there. But 2, it's also going to give me a base on which to blend my under eye shadows later. Next is Mocha Java. I'm going to take this on a fluffy crease brush and I'm going to apply it in windshield wiper motion to my crease. And I'm keeping my eyes open because I have hooded eyes. This makes it easier for me to see that I am able to see that transition color as I am blending it across my lid and making sure that when my eyes are open, it doesn't disappear. I'm going to apologize if the lights change during the video, guys. I'm still learning how to set up properly, so forgive me. Next is Garnet, and what I'm going to do with Garnet is take it on this very precise, very dense crease brush. It's got a point to it, and what I love about this is it gives me a lot of control, so I can actually go in and draw in my V shape, which is what I'm doing here on the outer third of my eye, and I'm going to drag that lightly and gently into my crease below where I put the Mocha Java, and then I'm going to go in with that Mocha Java crease brush and I'm going to just blend it out to make sure that there's no harsh lines. One of my favorite makeup artists to watch here on YouTube is Lisa Eldridge, and one of my favorite things she says is to remember that when you're doing makeup, you don't have to go for perfection, you just have to go for effect. So that's kind of my mantra when I'm doing my makeup. I'm not going for exact precision, just an overall effect. And now you'll just see that I'm going back in with the darker shade and just kind of going back and forth to make sure that everything is blended together and even with the first eye that I did in intensity. We are going to add a little sparkle for date night, so we're going in with Sandstone Pearl Shimmer. And I'm just going to tap that onto all of my lid space at the front third and right to the center of my eye. And then I'm going to go in with a dense shader brush and I'm just going to pat that right over that open space in my eye where I don't have any color yet, and then blend it gently and slowly out into the color on the outer third of my eye. I want to make sure that there's no specific line of divide between that outer third and the shimmer, so I'll go back in with my blending brush and just go over where those 2 colors meet. And then to make sure I don't lose any of the intensity on that outer corner, I'm just going to go back in with the Garnet and the Mocha Java as I need to and just blend back and forth between them to make sure that the intensity remains in that outer edge where I want it to stay nice and smoky. Now I'm tapping on another layer of Sandstone Pearl Shimmer just to increase the impact of the sparkle on the lid. Because it's date night, you need a sparkle. Alright, next up I'm taking Onyx ShadowSense, and on a liner brush, angled liner brush, I'm just going to tap that right across the lash line of my upper lashes. And I kind of like to start in the middle and then I'll work my way into the inner corner so that I can make sure I have a lot of control over making that inner corner a lot thinner than the outer edge of the line. And I'm also going with a very tiny flick. We're not going for like dramatic wing. I just want a tiny little flick at the corner of my eye just to kind of lift up everything and give it a little bit of drama. So the nice thing about ShadowSense is, just like our other products, it's waterproof and smudge proof. So you work in thin layers, lay it down. Once it's kind of set, you can go back in to intensify the depth and the deepness of the colors by building it up in layers. And then I'm going to tight line with the Onyx as well. So I just put a little more on my brush, and then holding my eye open, I'm just touching it right at the base of my eyelashes to make sure that there's a nice depth there at the base of my lashes. Now I'm going to use my color correcting tinted moisturizer in light. And I'm just using on a Real Techniques Expert Face brush. And I'm just going to blend that all over to kind of start to cancel out some of the redness that exists from my rosacea. I'm obsessed with this product. I use it even on days that I'm not wearing any other makeup because I love it so much. It helps so much with the pink and the red that is in my skin from rosacea, especially when it flares up like now during certain times of the month. Next up, I want to fill in my brows. So I'm just brushing all the hairs into place with my spoolie, and then I'm going to use the angled side of my brow brush to go in with some Mocha Java ShadowSense and fill in any sparse areas in my brows. This is the same thing that I did in my last tutorial, except that when it's date night and I'm wearing a bolder eye, I'll go in and fill it in just a little bit more than I do on a typical everyday kind of basis. Next up for date night is foundation. I'm adding a little more coverage with our MakeSense foundation in the shade Dewy. I'm just going to dot that across my face, and then I'm going to use a dampened beauty sponge by the brand Pure. Ooh, hey camera, there I am. To blend it all out. Next, I'm going to take my color correcting concealer in the shade Natural. This is an everyday thing for me. And I'm going to tap that underneath each of my eyes with my finger just to cover up some of the darkness that's under there. And then to brighten the area, I'm going in with our color correcting concealer in white and doing the exact same thing, but with the white concealer. Now I'm going to take the shade Garnet and that angled liner brush, and we're going to start working on the under eye area. So I'm going to create a thin line of Garnet on maybe the outer 2/3 of my eye, not going all the way to the inner corner. And then I'm going to take that fluffy crease brush we used to blend everything earlier, and I'm just going to run that across that line that I made to kind of soften it and to connect it very lightly to the outer corner that I've built up at the top of my eye. And I'm just going to do the same thing on this eye as well. Next, I'm going in with our LashSense with UnderSense. Yay, I told y'all I'd get some for the next video. And I have been loving this mascara. So it's a dual product. One end is the LashSense primer. So you use it first, that's this side with the gray, and it's going to thicken and lengthen the lashes. And then you go in with the black or brown. I'm using the black mascara afterwards while it's still slightly damp, and add the color to the lashes. I haven't noticed any flaking at all with this mascara. It is waterproof, but when you use our Fuchs remover at night, it's designed to take all of this away, so it melts the mascara away beautifully. I'm using the same process on my bottom lashes just to give some extra volume and length to those bottom ones. And what I love about this brush is it's a great size for putting on mascara underneath the eye. Here are the eyes complete. Now moving on to a step I don't do daily, but for date night, why not? I'm gonna add a little bit of contour to my face. So I just take our Mocha Java ShadowSense and create a very thin line, and then using the e.l.f. contour brush. I love this brush to contour. It's very dense and it's very easy to control. I hold it at an angle and I just blend that line up towards my hairline. And I don't bring it down too far onto my cheek. I just want it to be a very subtle looking shadow like that on the side of my face. And the idea behind contouring is that you can kind of recreate the shapes of your face using shadow. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm kind of sucking in my cheekbones, so to speak, by adding that shadow there. And then I'm making my forehead look a little bit shorter by adding a little bit of that at the top. Now I'm going in with our BlushSense in Chocolate Cherry. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of that to the back of my hand. And then I'm gonna use the Real Techniques multi-task brush. I love this brush for our cream blushes. It's fabulous. It's so fluffy. And I just tap into that color on the back of my hand and kind of tap, tap, tap to smear it evenly on the brush. And then I just apply it like a regular blush. And this brush does a beautiful job of blending it across the cheek and making sure that it looks really seamless. It doesn't look at all like you took a line of cream blush and just on your cheek. To highlight the cheekbones, I'm using our foundation in Pearlizer and just taking a small dab of that on each of my fingers and just lightly blending it across the tops of my cheekbones, just to add a little more glow. Last but not least is lips. Here I am cleaning and then drying my lips. If you want to see a detailed application video, there is one on my channel. I'm shaking up my color and then scraping off excess product. I'm going to apply it in 3 thin layers across my lips, letting each layer dry about 5 to 10 seconds in between to make sure it has plenty of time to bond and really get in sync with my skin so that it lasts all night long. And after this 3rd layer dries, it'll be time to gloss. Alright, so I'm just taking my Glossy Gloss and I'm just rubbing that all over that color. Seals it right in, gives it an extra layer of protection, adds tons of moisture. Oh, and it stays on my lips, not on my wine. And this date night look is complete. That's it. Thank you for being here, guys. Bye. Hey guys, this is Brittany from Florida Lippies, and I need to mute that movie. It's probably a copyright violation. Be right back. Desmond. Desmond, stop! Baby! Are you awake? You like my makeup? Is it pretty? You like that? Okay. You ready? Oh, yay!
I want to watch Baby Bum.
You want to watch Baby Bum?
Yeah.
Sure. Can I have a kiss for it?
Or it's Baby Bum.
Okay. Sure. Bye.